when you decide that you want to do something that is happy, like I'm gonna go make videos on YouTube, you realize quickly that there's no money in it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no money in it, and then you kind of have to get up in the morning and decide, you know, am I gonna make some money so I can pay the bills today, or am I gonna shoot some videos? and quite often the videos win. You know, you're like, well, I'm gonna go make some money because I have to, but halfway through the day you're like, I've been spending all these hours making a video.
Welcome to Cinema 5D on the Go. Moving conversations about moving images with filmmakers and industry leaders. Brought to you by Tilta, Blackmagic Design, Manfrotto, and Olympus OMD in association with Sony. This is your host, Nino Leitner.
Welcome to this new episode of Cinema 5D on the Go here from Hollywood, California. And I'm here with the Garcia brothers.
Hey, how's it going?
That's Jehu and that's Misa in the back. Misa's helping us on this season with sound, but he's also somebody who has to, you know, say a lot about filmmaking, so he's going to be part of this conversation. So guys, I mean, we've been, I've known you for, I don't know how long now.
Years now, yeah.
Years.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got to know you, you guys were gear manufacturers, really, right? With Jag35, you guys were one of the first ones to make very affordable DSLR accessories.
Yeah. Oh, we started with the 35mm adapters.
Oh yes, you did, exactly. Yeah. So how did you get into this in the first place? And how has everything changed since then? And what are you guys up to now?
Yeah, so the story is pretty simple, right? Like everybody here in California grows up trying to be in the film industry. You know, we were no different. You know, watching movies and stuff, going like, oh, that's what I want to do. Yeah. But you quickly realize that it's really hard, right? And it takes a lot of money and a lot of talent. And, you know, some of us didn't come from backgrounds where we could get access to all that stuff. And so you just become a jack of all trades and you start making your own gear.
A Jag35 of all trades.
Yeah, you know, and so we started making you know, so the thing that really changed for us was the ability to have HD video, right? Remember, it was the Canon HB20. Remember that little camera? I don't know.
Yeah, I've never used that one. I was more like a, you know, DVX100 and then moving on to EX3, EX1.
Yeah, so the DVX100, they paved the way for all of us wannabes, right? Like we wanted, like, oh, do the thing, you know. But then for me specifically, I remember I sat with Misa in our living room one time and he goes, have you seen this new camera, man? It's like, it's HD. Look at this picture. Look at this little movie that the guy shot with it, right? And so we were blown away by the quality. And so we were like, well, we got to get one. And I did. I got one. And the next step was actually to make it look more like film. And the only way to do that was to use some contraption in front of the camera, and so that you can get shallow depth of field, and you know. And so then I went ahead and dug right into trying to figure out how to do it. And very early on, I realized that, like me, there was hundreds of guys that were trying to do the same thing. And so overnight, my company Jag35 was born. I mean, we couldn't make these things fast enough. Yeah. I was hiring every single person that I knew. You know, my family, my friends, everyone was out in my little garage just cranking these things out. And that's how Jag35 started. You know, eventually, with time, I think within that next year, the 5D Mark II came out. And Philip Bloom, one of our close admired filmmakers, you know, from UK, got one and started posting these like beautiful images with it. We were completely blown by the shallow depth of field and just the field and the look of that camera, right? It was amazing. Yeah,
revolutionized everything for all of us, really.
Yeah, I mean, it opens up like this new door to reach our goals, our dreams, you know what I mean? Like, and so I went and bought one right away. I'm like, you know, let's go get one, and then just went crazy using it, you know. And eventually that's how we transitioned into making accessories for that camera. But, you know, To tell the truth, we didn't really want to get stuck running a company. That wasn't our dream, you know what I mean? Like, we're resourceful because we've always have to do things on our own and stuff, but it wasn't my thing, you know? I'm really bad at, like, running a company, didn't know what I was doing. A lot of the stuff was in over my head, you know? But we did what we could at the time, and we rode that wave. I mean, it was like, the industry at that time was just booming. There was a ton of us that wanted to do the same thing, wanted to get our foot in the door. And so, wow.
Just somebody parking.
Somebody parking.
Don't freak out. Yeah.
So that's how we started, and eventually what we realized is that we didn't want to do that. We didn't want to be making products. That's not our passion. We want to be creating content.
Was it also getting more difficult because you guys were targeting a very, affordable price range?
Yeah.
Where, especially when the copycats started coming out, like all the Chinese companies, of course, that's the price bracket they were targeting at first, right? Because I mean, we both have common friends with Sakudo, and they are targeting a higher end price
production,
bracket. I mean, they are having troubles too, I think, because of copycat products from Asia.
Yeah.
But I think, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but my impression was that like Indian companies would start with ripping off, or just selling cheap stuff, knockoff stuff first.
Yeah.
Was that a problem that you were facing?
Oh, definitely, yeah. So our company basically started overnight, and for 3 years, we couldn't breathe. I mean, there's not enough hours in the day to be able to make enough of these products to sell them out. I mean, we were just trying to catch up the whole time, right? But just as quickly it died off, and we didn't really know because we couldn't really stop and think about where the industry was going, right?
Yeah.
We were too busy just trying to survive, just trying to make it through the day, and so essentially it became really hard for the rest of us. China kind of came in with their products and they stole all our designs, and they ran with them.
Did you guys run the company together, or?
Yeah. So I basically was doing all the designs and just spearheading where we were going to go, what kind of products we were going to make, and Misa pretty much handled the entire inner workings of the company, setting all the systems, setting the websites. He set up all the systems, all the stuff that I didn't know how to do.
That wasn't fun, that he didn't want to do.
See, you're the good soul of the company,
So, but eventually, we were forced to, downsize. And it was hard because, first-time business owners, you don't know that it's not a good idea to hire all your friends and family, right? Because eventually, if business goes bad, you have to let them go.
Yeah.
And as it was our case, I held on to them for too long, and so it was really hard. How do you lay off your family and your friends? Like, how do you do that?
You're fired.
So you do it until you basically have no choice, right? And that's really not the best way to run business and stuff. But you learn. I mean, I'm grateful for the whole journey. The only way I learned, it wasn't through school, because I really didn't go to school. I'm as unconnected and as educated as they come, right? And so the way I learn is by getting busy and just doing it. And so I count my blessings, and I look back, and I'm grateful for the whole journey. But now I'm so glad that I am where I am now, So that kind of opened up a lot of doors, I met all of you guys, and all of, through the connections and stuff. And now I'm so much happier that I don't have to ship product out. I actually get to use product. You often see me with my camera. This guy lives in my hand all day, and so that's what transitioned me to start making content, because essentially that's what I wanted to do.
So now you have your own YouTube channel that's been growing quite a bit. How many followers do you have now?
So I'm nearing about 90,000 followers right now. Yeah, and it's been crazy. It's been hard because, running a company as good or as bad as it was profitable. You can make money and stuff, and when you decide that you want to do something that is happy, like I'm gonna go make videos on YouTube, you realize quickly that there's no money in it. I mean, there's just no money in it, and then you kind of have to get up in the morning and and decide, you know, am I going to make some money so I can pay the bills today, or am I going to shoot some videos? And quite often the videos win. You know, you're like, well, I'm going to go make some money because I have to. But halfway through the day, you're like, I've been spending all these hours making a video, and at the end of the day, you don't make money, right? So it's been hard, you know. It's you at this stage in my life, I realized that making money is not the end goal, but it's really to have to do something that's fulfilling. You know?
Well, and I also always feel like, I mean, it's the same for us with Cinema 5D for a very long time. You know, it's not very profitable, but then eventually, if you do it for long enough and your audience is big enough,
if you stick
it will
with
come around.
Yeah.
And you know, like if you are serious about what you're doing, and if you're good at it, and if you're persistent, that's really what it is, then eventually you will be successful, and eventually there will be a way of making money with it, I think.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're seeing. You know, I don't consider myself good in any particular thing. I'm probably more persistent than the guy next to me, right?
Yeah.
And so,
well, what do they say? You know, like talent is only like 10% or 5%.
Yeah.
The rest is persistency.
Persistence. Yeah. And so that's the thing. You know, it's like I realized that I really love what I'm doing, because if for 3 years I make no money and I'm still able to stick with it, you know, then I probably is the thing that I want to do, right? When the money comes, it's gonna be that much easier, you know. Hopefully, it's gonna be where I won't think twice about. You know, I'm gonna be able to sit down and really approach what the things that I'm passionate about and the subjects that I'm passionate about.